So being able to speak confusing phrases helps you to be more persuasive. They discovered this in the 50s and 60s that if I can confuse your brain acts as though it's somebody that's falling. So if you can imagine when you're falling, your limbs are flailing all over the place, and the first solid object that they come into contact with, it's going to like grab around it no matter what, even if it's a thorn bush or something.
Okay.
Right? So anything that's solid in that moment of confusion is going to get grabbed onto. So the brain corollary to this is if a person's confused, the first logical piece of information they hear after being confused will be automatically accepted, or more automatically accepted, without being screened or scrutinized by the brain.
Hughes spent decades training military and intelligence operatives in advanced influence techniques. His claim is blunt. Confusion is not an accident, it's engineered. He calls it controlled perception. The idea is to subtly dismantle someone's mental map of reality and replace it with a version that serves your objective, without them ever realizing the swap happened. Here's how it works. First, overload the target with contradictions. Give them 2 or 3 truths that can't coexist. The brain will scramble to resolve the conflict, and in that state, it's wide open to suggestion. Next, layer sensory cues, symbols, color patterns, even specific rhythms in speech that bypass conscious filtering. Over time, the target's internal narrative shifts, but they believe it was their own conclusion all along. Hughes warns that at scale, this doesn't just change opinions, it can create entire parallel realities within a population. 2 people can live in the same physical world, yet inhabit completely different mental ones, each certain they're right. And here's where Bentov's influence theory meets modern tradecraft. If human perception is a tunable system, then controlled perception is the operating manual. Instead of guiding someone to enlightenment, it guides them into a constructed version of reality, one you control. Unlike Cold War experiments that required labs and specialists, these methods can be deployed through ordinary media, culture, even casual conversation. And once the perception shift takes hold, undoing it is nearly impossible. But in the digital age, these principles didn't vanish, they evolved. What once required trained operatives and controlled environments is now woven into the very platforms billions of people use every day. The tools have changed, but the objective remains. Shape the lens through which reality is seen.